he was like the multiple role dad. He was the kind of guy who would try and be the coach when he could, for like the Pee Wee teams, but then he would, also be the guy that would, make sure we stayed in line, got our homework done. So he was, he was just kind of the ultimate guy who, I guess, over the past 10 years, I've, kind of put on this, exactly, the plateau of kind of, the strive to be. He's, between stories that I was too young to hear when, at the time, and, so as I've developed, I still kind of learn about him, which is kind of interesting, because, usually you learn with him. So to hear, I was 14, so you only know your parents to an extent because you're kind of still censored to a lot of, who they are. So now that I'm older, you can sit down and kind of grab a beer with his friends, and everything kind of you can hear some of the funnier things, some of the more off the record things that kind of really actually in a weird way drive you closer. And that's kind of the fun stuff to hear, just him kicking back with friends and their inside jokes and that kind of stuff. That's the fun part. He left a legacy that is really, really something to be proud of, and something that I try to emulate in my day to day. As in, big picture, small picture. He's left a nice little breadcrumb trail for me to follow of things that he did that I really I want to be like him. So that legacy, I don't know if it doesn't make him a hero, but it not for dying that day, but for everything he did before that. Yes, absolutely. The hero is, so cheesy, but it's my mom and everything she did. She's a superstar. She's very cool. It's very easy when something bad happens to you to kind of feel self-pity and kind of just get down on yourself, but to grab yourself by the bootstraps, get up and make something happen, and be productive, and be an advocate, and be a symbol for something that's been pretty monumental in the last 10 years. If I didn't give out my hero award, I'd give it to her. He was 45, and I still learn new things about him all the time. The man he was in 45 years, if I can be that in 80, if I can be half that in 80 years, I'll be ecstatic with how I've lived my life. So I don't think it's necessarily the time you spend on Earth. It's really how what you do with it and how you make it. And he did a fantastic job doing that. And in that, there's left a legacy for us to emulate and to follow. And so by him acting how he was, being the man that he was, and having the friends that remember him in that light, is really speaks more than I could on a camera.